when we look at things like, when to join in, especially when it comes to like exploring projects and growth in
Yeah.
a professional setting, not just like in a training, but like a lot of times, I would say most times, people don't have a choice to like, hey, I want to go in on that project or I want to go on that project or,
Right.
I want to hold back a little bit or whatever to get ready for that project. Like, so where does that come in? Like, especially when we're being forced right now to produce, like,
Yeah.
and
Well,
overproduce right now.
well, I think that's well. Here, let's first address that part, right? The forced to produce part, right? Like we really need at this point, and I'm telling this to so many team leaders, to be more transparent of what is actually happening, right? What is actually happening with the company and the transparency around the company, because a lot of companies are going through financial straits, but they're not telling their employees. So that's already built a certain level of distrust, right? But then also checking in with staff of like, how are you doing mentally? Right?
Mhm.
Like, what is going on from that standpoint? So that's just building trust because people are not going to share otherwise. As for the project, right? If you're in the middle of a project and you tell staff, like, hey, I want all of you to take some risks, I want you to fail, and there's someone that's part of the team that is just like, I'm just not comfortable doing that, then you're just going to meet them where they're at. Maybe that's just like what they're going to do their standard work. And then at some point, you're going to have another conversation with them and be like, listen, I know you don't believe me when I say that you can fail and I will not fire you or I will not penalize you. What do we need to do, right? Be curious. What do I need to do in order to communicate so that you'll at least maybe not trust me at this point, but at least give me this chance to prove that I'm actually coming from an authentic place, right? Like have that curious conversation with
Yeah.
them. And then if they're like, I don't know, I don't want to talk about it right now, then they don't want to talk about it right now. So it's like, okay, just that's where they're at right now. Let's not force it. Stop trying to force, friendship when like it's maybe it's not there yet.